Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Tuesday, March 10th, 2026, and we're doing a general collective reading. Thank you for joining me. I'm truly grateful. I love you guys. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day. It's a rainy day over here, so I'm going to be indoors, I think. There is a message here. And this is only for those who understand what I'm saying. If you're not quite sure of what I'm saying, it's not for you. But if anything, what I've learned through the divine and through Archangel Michael is sometimes you have to lose a few battles to win the war. Oh, the sirens are going. Thank you, Archangel Michael. It's imperative that we have to understand this. You know, when people are doing wrong, they're hurting others or hurting you, and we want justice immediately. I get it. I've been there. I've been a very vocal person concerning justice. You know, I have intolerancy for injustices, let's put it that way. And I used to put myself in trouble and harm's way by speaking up, by taking action right away. Sometimes you have to step back and think, am I putting myself into more danger? Especially if you're dealing with cults, covens, secret societies that are coming after you, witches, warlocks, whatever, or people that would rather see you gone and take what's yours. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you have to play it very safely. And just know, you're not giving up, you're not losing a battle. You're just positioning yourself to win the war. Only if you know what I'm talking about, okay? I've had to do it. It doesn't feel good at first. But then when the divine's talking to me, Archangel Michael's talking to me, and they're making things sense. Like, I'm going to give you an example. Jude, chapter 1, verse 9. When he runs into, when Archangel Michael runs into the devil, he's looking for Moses' graves where he's been buried. And instead of Archangel Michael getting into battle with him right then and there, he stood back. He rebuked him in Father's name. He had better things to do that day, but he also knew, don't worry, I got your number. It's just postponing the inevitable. But for whatever reasons, and only they know, that wasn't a good time to confront him, to battle him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes we have to wait for these people to really, really put themselves in a position where they won't be able to get out of, where you have absolute proof, where you're going to have them, okay, ensnared, basically, because they chose to do that, not because you're playing games with them. But I know it's not easy, and only for those, please, 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 only for those who understand what I'm talking about, this message is for you, okay? The other message I want to talk about is are you living a life worth living? That's for others, okay? Meaning, are you just existing or are you actually living? Yeah, we have to go to work. Yeah, we have to do things. We have to kids, we have to take care of kids. Yeah, it's draining, blah, blah, blah. But are you finding some time in between that to actually live? Now, that's different for everybody. I'd say it's up to you whether you are or not. And if not, what can you do to actually give yourself a little bit of breathing room, some living time? It could be anything, really. It's something that charges you, makes you feel alive, maybe heals you or relaxes you. I'm not talking about rugs or alcohol or smacks. I'm talking about something healthy, okay? So are you really living a life worth living? Or are you just existing and paying your taxes? Ask yourself that. And if you are just existing, paying your taxes, what can you do differently? And be realistic about it, okay? Sometimes it's a little bit at a time, and that's fine, as long as you recognize it and your heart recognizes it and you make time for it, or you try to, and you're working towards that. Not everybody can stop doing what they're doing immediately, and I get that. So that's the message. Let's see where Spirit wants to go with these two messages, if anywhere, or if this is a different reading. Thank you for your patience. Spirit guides, guardian angels, thank you. Autumn. Last autumn, next autumn. Could be you're coming into a horn of plenty, cornucopia. There's plenty here. There's a harvest. Autumn is harvest season. Anything could be. This could represent anything. Could also represent a big fall, because autumn, the other word for autumn is fall. That's the overarching energy. There's a message or messenger coming towards you, or did. Somebody doesn't know their true value or their worth. You could be a Capricorn or somebody else's, or something happened to Capricorn season. Something to do with their ex or your ex. Place it where it belongs. 666 could be the beast you were dealing with, and or you need balance in your life. Block them. It's over. Okay, so you're either dealing with your ex or somebody else's ex. Maybe you're starting to see somebody and you're having to deal with this ex, place it where it belongs. Block them. It's over, okay? Sometimes you have to, okay, this could be it too. You're dating somebody new and you're having to deal with the ex. You have to lose a couple of battles to win the war. You have to concede. If they share children together, it's just got to step out. You can't fight there. You can't stake your claim. Okay, that if they were married before, or even if they weren't, they have kids together, that person has every right to be in those children's lives. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to step back, you know, recognize it for what it is. I get it. I get it. It's very contentious. I'm not saying who's right or wrong here. I'm just saying, okay, if there's children involved, well, you got to follow court orders. It's the right thing to do, to step back, right? It doesn't feel nice. Autumn. Where are we going with this? What's the message, please? Running. Okay, escape, denial, and excuses. The last time you could have spoken to somebody was last autumn. And you're wondering why haven't I heard from them? It's because they're on the run here. Escaping, denial, and excuses. Puzzled. They hope you're puzzled, I just heard. Yeah, you're not. You know what's going on. Confused, perplexed, and conflicted. They wanted you conflicted. They want to bring, okay, thank you, Spirit. Whoever this is wants to bring your vibrations down. Ain't gonna happen. You see it for what it is. Yeah, it's been a long time in coming here. Delay, procrastination, too busy. They're making themselves sound like they're very too busy for you. You're the last on the totem pole. But no, they're playing games with you. It is what it is. They might be facing some time because they did something they shouldn't have done. Only take what applies here, okay? And only that. Yeah, something to do with a love affair, dirty little secrets, mix fix, and somebody could be on the down low. Somebody's playing games with you. There's chaos. They're facing chaos. I'm not saying that if you're on the down. I mean, listen, you love who you love. You're attracted to whomever you're attracted to. But if you're hiding it, that's what down low means. Okay, that doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing. I'm not here to judge that. But when you're doing harm to one other, I will judge that. Okay. Upheaval, disaster, downfall. Somebody doesn't want you to know they're on the down low, maybe, or they have a little secret here. An actual secret. They're drowning. This came out yesterday. Chaos and drowning doesn't mean it's the same story. They wanted chaos. They wished chaos upon you. They wanted to bury you deep. Wow, what the hell is this? Yeah, something's happening today. Good vibes now. Stay in your vibes, okay? Raise your vibes if you have to. Now, in the moment. Something's happening today. Well, legalities. Lawyers, court paperwork. Somebody's shattered. Their scheme didn't work. I just heard broken nightmares and failure. Why didn't it work? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Somebody here knew that concept. It's Machiavellian. Granted it is. But you allowed yourself to lose a couple of battles to win the war. You just sat back and said, have at it. So we're dealing with somebody that's very, very smart, very clever, and patient. Autumn. Running. Running. Conflict resolution. Compromising, making amends, and positive outcome. Somebody now wants to make amends because they're stuck. They got caught doing whatever they were doing. I don't think it has anything to do with cheating. It could very well be cheating, but there's more behind this. There is some sort of fraud involved. They're hitting rock bottom. Karma, jail, legal issues, life falling apart. They created some controversy here. Drama, scandal, truth coming out. It was all to defraud you. Make it rain, exactly. But the good thing is, you're manifesting abundance. And this court matter, legal matters in your favor, okay? It's going to turn around to be in your favor. Pardon me. Unexpected money and promotion, entrepreneur. So somebody was really defrauding you. There was something to do with money. Like I said, I sensed it. And they were avoiding you. They're trying to avoid you because they know you know the truth. In hiding, feeling guilty, no communication since possibly last autumn. Now, I don't know who this is. It could be a partner. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be a coworker. I don't know. It could be even somebody working on your behalf that you've hired. It could be some sort of banking system, brokerage. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading a message. The message started off, hey, guess what? It's like that. It could be anybody that's handling your money, your property, and you haven't heard from, okay? Place it where it belongs. It's not like that. This is not everybody's story. It could be a past partner if they are on the down low, but there's something more to that. Place it where it belongs. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be anybody. It could be a partner. Autumn, running, conflict, resolution. They didn't want you to know the truth. Somebody's a know-it-all. They thought this would be the perfect plan. They thought this would work without a hitch, I heard. Without a hitch! Gosh, this keeps coming out the last couple of days. Chosen one. So that's why you were patient. You saw ahead of time. You knew what you had to do. Well, there you go. Somebody was greedy. What'd I tell you? They have so low self-esteem. Okay, thank you. So they had people around them, this is a con artist you're dealing with, and they had other con artists around them that talked them into doing this. This is a lazy friend, lover, or family member. They'd rather just not do the work and just get the rewards. And somebody's out of control. Something to do with a contract. Honesty, or somebody needs to be honest right now. Yeah, they're getting karma. I rebuke you in the name of our Father. Somebody's on social services or might need to go on social services, or you were or are. Place it where it belongs. There's no judgment here. Okay? So, they were doing magic against you. You're dealing with an incel. It's either involuntary. Some people will debate me on this. Or voluntary. Okay, it's celibacy. I really do think that some of these people that call themselves incel, they're very angry because they can't find the lovers that they want. And they take it out on the world. Don't get me wrong. That's my opinion, okay? It's not up for debate. Why else be so angry? Why are you so angry at people? People you don't know. A lot of times it's people you don't know. There's something within you that needs to be fixed, dealt with, healed, right? If you can't find a partner, then don't take it out on the world. If you truly are celibate and you're good with it, you wouldn't be angry about it. You wouldn't be sitting in a basement online taking it out on people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, they were doing magic on you and everybody else. This is your family or somebody else's family. Slandered your name. Rumors and gossip. They had hidden motives. You're innocent. Or they're claiming they're innocent. I had nothing to do with it. You're a parent or their step-parent. Yeah. So it could be a child, an adult child. And now they're backpedaling. They want to come back in. Somebody was delusional. They're intimidated. They tried to intimidate you, or they're being intimidated by others in their circle. They mocked you, or they're being mocked right now. They certainly did abuse you. Now they're facing eviction. Or they tried to, maybe that's what they put you through, an eviction. I don't know. Somebody's guilty. It's sin. They're acting as if they want you to feel like you're persona non grata, like you don't matter in their life. But the reason why they're not coming back around is because they defrauded you or tried to. Because they lied to you and they know it. They know they're wrong. They know you're heavily protected as well. So whatever they got from you was short-lived. The smear campaign and devalue is not working any longer. It's a waste of time. They were only there to get theirs. They were unemployed, or they tried to make you unemployed. You're 10 steps ahead. That's what I meant. When you knew you had to lose a couple of battles to win the war. It doesn't feel good, especially if it's a loved one that did this to you, that you had to do this interaction with, or non-interaction, place it where it belongs. Hopefully they'll learn their lesson. I mean, you might be a parent to this person, but if they're an adult, the parenting is over. Okay? Obviously their friends, their group, whoever they do magic with and they talk about you with, had more importance, held more sway over this person than you did. But I think the reality is sinking in. I think they do miss you. I think they feel like an ass. That's just me saying I think, okay? It might not be this way at all. I really do think they feel like an ass. Because they can't erase the past. They could try, but who you are to them, they can't erase it. They know who birthed them or gave them life or sustained their life or nurtured them and kissed their boo-boos and held their hands when they were scared and hugged them and rocked them to sleep. They know who the fuck did that. These people that surrounded them and talked in their ears because they had something to gain out of it, because they're angry inside, because maybe they didn't have a good mom or dad, or maybe because they're lonely and they don't have somebody in their life and they wanted this person in their life. It could be their partner that's angry at the world because they can't have what they want in terms of partners and they found this person. Maybe they're just friends, but this other person that talked in their ear wants them in bed. Do you understand what I'm saying? And did their damnedest to get them away from you. Because this was exciting. They had this person, they were in this person's ear. Come to me, baby. But I hate relationships. I get your number right here. You can get mad all you want. I got your number. Whether your child, if this is your child, it could be a partner, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, whether they are gay, bi, trans, I don't know. I don't think they are. I think this other person that's in their ear is one of the other or one of the three, or maybe all. I don't know, place it where it belongs. I don't understand half the shit they say. It's so, it's not because I'm looking down my nose at that. It's just because it changes every time. Like, what the fuck? There's new descriptions. There's new names. I don't know. I can't keep up with it, okay? I'm old school. I'm sorry. It is what it is. So whoever this is stirred a lot of shit. Hornet's nest, I heard. Queen of Cups mother. So you could be this person's mother or nurturer, father. It could be a father in this energy as well. You remained emotionally balanced, stable, mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet, and you went with your gut. This is the biggest cup of love in the whole deck, typically. And you were patient. You were kind, nurturing. You were sweet. You were kind to unkind people that you knew wanted to do you wrong and did you wrong. And this is what's humbling this person. They thought you were weak, okay? Somebody had no integrity, loyalty, or honesty, no strength whatsoever to say no to other people or to defend you. And they're grieving and they're regretting. I'm telling you, they're missing you. 5-5, yeah. Somebody was willing to do whatever it took to win at any cost, and it's a defeat at the end of the day because this was born out of ego, jealousy, pettiness, cruelty, and they abused you and they abused other people to get where they wanted to get, and they haven't got there yet because at the end of the day, that's a defeat. Whatever they gained or stood to gain is ill-gotten. It's dishonorable. They can't keep it. They were trying to set you up. Little did they know they were being set up by someone else. These are parting ways. A lot of gossip is going on right now. Parting ways with groups, cults, covens, secret societies, or friend groups. Yeah, Knight of Wands. Somebody was trying to hold this person back. They could have forged your signature. Somebody was trying to impersonate you or impersonate someone. They felt entitled. The Ace of Wands was beneath that in the upright. So someone was holding back this person, whoever this person is to you, because they wanted to sleep with them. If I'm lying, I'm dying, and I'm not going anywhere. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know what I feel. I know what I see. I know what I hear and sense. There we go. 7 of Swords. Somebody got caught up. Now they're sorry. They're not getting away with this shit. Okay? They have to tell you the truth. They have to come clean. They're holding back, trying. Whoever you're dealing with, whoever this person is to you, that's close to you, they're holding back telling you the truth. Out of shame, I just heard. Yeah. They broke the law. They're dealing with a warlock, dealing with corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. They had no power or authority to do what they were trying to do. They're dealing with institutions, and they're going to lose. They had no faith. 5. Yeah, there's a lot of gaslighting. Mind games, power plays. Now they're fighting with everybody, the whole group or the third party. They're at each other's throats because somebody doesn't want the conflict any longer. They want to walk away and leave it behind. Yeah, because this is a betrayal. They know they betrayed you, but I think the person that's closest to you is figuring out that the one that was whispering in their ear has betrayed them. Or the one whispering in your person's ear, I'm going to say your person could be a family member, as I said, feels like they betrayed them because they're now awakening up to their bullshit. Okay? Place it where it belongs. Somebody, it's whatever this was, it was betrayal. It's a harsh and painful end. The worst is over. There's a lot of knives, right? Yeah. Somebody's lost their family, their home, their stability, their place where it belongs, their relationship. They don't want a relationship with this person. Somebody's unstable and insecure. Greedy and selfish. Some sort of financial crime was committed here. They're losing a home. They can't hold on to it. They could have defrauded you for a home. Maybe they signed your signature as a co-payer. What do you call it? Co-signer. This was unfair, unbalanced. Somebody's greedy and selfish. Somebody doesn't want to be alone. Oh. They don't want a relationship, but they don't want to be alone. They just want to use your person, your son or daughter, to get their jollies off and to come after you because what? Maybe they didn't have a good mother or father, whomever you are, male or female, and they want to take it out on you. Yeah. Somebody's stuck. They wanted to sacrifice you. Somebody's stuck feeling trapped. Trying to stall. Cause setbacks here. Somebody's waiting for something. I don't know what it is. They're struggling, whatever this is. Somebody's trying to hold them back. Somebody could be immensely emotionally unstable. Now, this is nothing to be scoffing at. They might want to take an easy way out, which is not the easy way out. So if they are listening, don't go there, please. There are better ways to handle this, easier ways than this, okay? Yeah, this was an injustice, a crime. They know it. They're heartbroken. It went that far. I just heard it. They're heartbroken because it went this far. Yeah, they were doing magic here. They were talking shit. Unwise counsel. Now the secrets are coming out. Somebody's very underhanded. They're willing to go low just to get what they want. They'll put on an act. They'll go low. They'll do things that most people, normal people, won't do or go to get what they want. Yeah, this isn't love. They showed you no love, no mercy, no kindness, no compassion. Somebody's feeling weak. They're not happy. There's not going to be any beginning here. This is somebody they were dealing with, not you. They were dealing with somebody that had no love in their life. They don't know what love is. They hate love. They hate anybody that has a good relationship. That's their problem. It's not anybody else's problem. Yeah. So I'm really picking up whomever you're dealing with. It could be a friend, family member, or partner, or business. They don't love this person in the way that they want to be loved. So this other person is taking it out on them, threatening them possibly. Listen, you can't make people love you. You can do all the spell work you want. Eventually it's going to wear off, whoever this is, if they're listening. And it's going to backfire on you. And that's why this person's possibly very obsessed with this person and with you. They don't want you going. They don't want them coming back home to you because you make too much sense. Do you understand what I'm saying? Plus, they were stealing from you and defrauding you, but it is what it is. This person didn't want this person to go home to daddy or mommy or both. Place or both. Yeah, was a fool. Reckless, careless, foolish. They took unnecessary risks. So this person wanted to dry up or get rid of anybody that loved this person or they loved. They don't believe in love. That's their fucking problem. Reckless, careless, foolish. No new beginnings. Yeah, this is a loving person here. This could be you, male or female. You're stable. You're established. They wanted you to let them go. They're unstable. They're insecure. Somebody was really ruthless and careless. You're stable and secure. You know your value and your worth. And that's what you instill in this person. You have instilled into this person. That's why, I don't know. Somebody wanted you to let them go so you wouldn't talk sense into them. Again, letting them go. There's no mental conflict. No denials here. seeing things clearly. The end of a stalemate. Somebody's going to have to open up towards you. You could be a mother figure. You don't have to be. You're stable and secure. You're a person of value. You know your value. You know your worth. That's why this other person doesn't want your person near you. Yeah. Let go. This is somebody who bore false witness. They took a huge gamble. They lost. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. Didn't want to learn their lessons. They're in heavy-duty debt. Didn't want to learn their lessons at all. No new beginnings. Can't pay something. They can't pay something. Somebody's immature and insincere. That's for sure. Very immature. Took a huge gamble and lost. They're lazy and don't want to put the work in. Or this is the person they're dealing with. This is King of Wands. This could be you. Could be somebody else. Place it where it belongs. This is a leader. Somebody that's not afraid to take action. Or this is somebody completely different. This is someone that stands up and does the right thing. Protects and defends. Or this is the person you're dealing with. That's close to you. Acting as if they're a leader. They're in their right. But they bore false witness. And they took a huge gamble. This is kind of like a manly energy. Could be a female. But whomever this is, I really feel like the third party, the one that's whispering in their ear, looks at them like a doer, a protector. You're here with me, stay with me, whether they're female, male, or whatever they identify as. That's the doer. That's the one that attracts. Yeah. Yeah, they're happy with this person. The truth is coming out. Whether this is the person you're dealing with, come home to mama, I just heard. Or this is somebody else, somebody with authorities realizing the truth of what happened here. Truth and clarity. They're exposed. This is illumination. So somebody's got to take some action here. This is conscious awareness. Or this is your person realizing you've known all along that you were not adverse to losing some battles to win the war. Not that this is a war between somebody you love, but they took they battled against you. Let's put it that way. They started this against you. Somebody's got to take some action. You're standing tall here. You have all the tools you need for success. Somebody knows. It's a false contract. Three of Pentacles in reverse. They're ending a collaboration with this person. Yeah, it's a Tower. They now know you know. Wheel of Fortune. This is fated. This is change. Divine timing. You're very fortunate. No, you're blessed. Listen, you take the right steps to ensure the right outcome. Do you understand what I'm saying? These are gold diggers and cloud chasers. This is misappropriation of funds. They stole some money. You get what you give. They can't go any further. They're in trouble, whoever this is. This was fraud. They have to relocate. They need money. Yeah, devil energy. They spent money on devil energy. Or this karmic or this toxic person. Place it where it belongs. They're bound to something. They traveled with money that wasn't theirs. They could be at a distance. They're on the run. Place it where it belongs. They have addictions, obsessions, codependency issues. Maybe, maybe not. It's different for everybody. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, they're scared. This is a scandal. They're sick or they're scared. I'm really picking up they're scared. They're scared. Because they were paying or getting paid to do something here. They were very generous with this other party. They had to balance something out. They took advantage of you. They were ungrateful and disrespectful. Or this is the third party that took advantage of that person. Yeah. Somebody, you could be online. Somebody thinks they still have an opportunity with you. You are you know your value and your worth. Somebody could see you online, maybe not. I don't know. But somebody gathered some information. They got curious and looked you up. They found something. They learned something. This is delayed communication from afar. The truth is up. The sword is up in the air. You're very clever. This is victory, success, reward, recognition. Somebody's very mouthy, I just heard. Somebody wanted to win. This could be out in the public eye, or somebody wanted the attention. The truth's out. They have to face their shadow and their fears. I'm really picking up you are a divine feminine energy, male or female. Because a lot of the queens are coming up in the upright beneath the deck. So you're exhibiting all the finer qualities of all four queens and then some. Okay, you're the most powerful feminine energy. And I say that you could be a male. It just means that you're creative, you're artistic. Through your pain, you create new life, whether through children or art or philanthropy. You're down to earth. You're very loving. It doesn't mean that you're a woman. I mean, you could be. I'm just saying, if you're a male, place that where it belongs. The truth is out. Two of coins. Somebody's got to balance something out. They're making a head over heart decision. They're weighing options. Yeah, they're thinking about coming towards you. Leaving, traveling, overcoming. They need to balance things out to overcome. Somebody wanted, yeah, something's happening quickly now. It's a Chariot and the Knight of Swords in the upright. They were attacking you for sure. You overcame all the attacks they threw your way. This is not wish fulfillment. Because if the attacks, if they did any spell work on you, it's back on them. Somebody was very smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know it all, and a show off. Okay, they were putting on an act. A lot of partying, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But this is a fail. No emotional fulfillment or happiness. This is an abject failure. They're getting tossed out. Yeah, look at this. They were trying to put on an act for a large amount of money in front of family, maybe, for long-term stability. It's a false contract. They're parting ways here. It's not sticking. It's not sticking for them. So if they're going to court today, there are court officials. That could be the King of Wands because the Queen of Swords was beneath the deck. These are court officials. These are authority figures going, nah, it's not going to work. Not going to work. Yep, they lied. There's been no truth or clarity and no communication. They can't get your help. They're not cooperating. It's a big fat lie. This is not wish fulfillment. Oh no. They're feeling ashamed of themselves. They're losing hope. They have no faith. If they did any kind of spell work towards you, they're in their south node. They have no spiritual protection or faith whatsoever. Seven of Cups. All that glitters is not gold. There's no more confusion. This was all illusions. And they can't cover this up anymore. They're out of options. Yeah, they're doing the magic. They were mad. They're angry. They're jealous. They're spiteful. They're abusive. Or the person that they were with was using smacks or hoping for smacks. Eight of Coins. Something didn't work. Their magic didn't work. They're going to lose their job. They're not working. They have nothing. They can't take any action here. There's no expansion. There's no new beginnings. They're hiding and cloaking. Maybe they have an STD. I don't know. They're hiding and cloaking from you. They can't come clean. I just heard. They're having an emotional outburst. They're doing spell work. They weren't sorry. Somebody's immature and insincere. Place it where it belongs. They're not sorry though. They're having an emotional outburst. So let them be. They're immature and childish. Let them be. You're not here. If they didn't want you having any beginning, and they're not going to have any beginning. They're not going to have a new beginning with your person. I'm feeling this is the third party that was whispering in their ear. Very childish. I know you are, but what am I? Yeah, that's scapegoating you. This is the end of a family, group, or community. Not happy. They're not getting their way. They might be going to jail. Now they're stuck. They wanted to be you, maybe. Wow, that's a new take. So somebody wanted to be you. A parent or a family member or a friend or an ex or a current. Somebody wanted to be you. So this could be the third party, the incel who hates love, who would rather be by themselves, but secretly wanted to be with your person, whoever this person is. But your person doesn't go that way. They're stuck. They're getting karma. That's what they're doing. Look at this 8-8. They have to cut their losses here. They don't. Yeah, they're this friendship, whatever this is, it's coming to an end. Somebody's coming back towards you. They don't trust this person. Somebody's digging in their heels. They don't want to give up on this. They're too emotionally invested in your person, in whatever this outcome is, this money, being you, whatever this is. There's lack of trust. There's a lot of disharmony. Their world is upside down. This is catching up to them right now. They kept doing something over and over and over again. They didn't want to stop or learn their lessons. Now their world is upside down. This is a universal clap back. And this is unfinished business. Somebody's in their emotions, male or female. They were malicious, ruthless, careless, and cruel. Emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, and immature. Self-serving and self-absorbed. And now they can't contain their emotions. They're really worried. They can't eat or sleep. They're burdened. They have addictions, obsessions. They went to extremes. They know they did. Or this is your person afraid that they can't reconcile with you. Place it where it belongs. Somebody could be sick. Something's unstable. Judgment. They're under divine judgment for sure. They lost, okay? They're going to a courthouse or some sort of institution. Some sort of judgment's gone against them. Lack of awareness, acceptance, and accountability. Bad decision making. There's no second chances. It's karma time, okay? It is what it is. I heard forensics. So this could be forensic accounting, forensics in police work. I don't know. Place where it belongs. Yep, 3 of Wands. You foresaw this. You could be at a distance. I'm also picking up, you foresaw this. You made the right choices here. You know what was going on. There's something to do with a contract. Someone's prepared or preparing to do something here. Okay. Going towards lack and loss. Going towards poverty. Maybe they left you like that, or didn't care if they did leave you like that. They left you on the outside looking in, maybe. Yeah. Somebody was very unfaithful. This is not the rite of passage here. They're very immature and irresponsible and lazy, not resourceful. They can't come correct. They something to do with rerouting your mail or your money. They didn't pay you. They can't pay you. Place it where it belongs. Somebody doesn't want to take accountability. Maybe that's why they left you out in the cold for so long. They didn't want to take accountability. Yeah, they were at a distance, maybe traveling. And they're standing, they're very defensive and afraid. They're paranoid. They're stuck. They don't know what to do. There's no contingency plans. This is a false contract. They're parting ways with this karmic. They're both karmic, maybe. Place where it belongs. Bad decisions. It was all one-sided, done against you. And now they're paying the consequences here, right? You stood your ground. They're being blocked. This was a scam. Scam artists, or maybe this person, that your person's standing up against this person. Place where it belongs. 10 of Wands. There's a lot of burdens. Somebody's got a lot of burdens on their back, or they place burdens on your back. This could be a love bomber. It could be family, friend, or love, but they came in, get what they want, and then they leave. You know what I mean? And you haven't heard from them since last autumn. And you should have. I mean, Christmas since then, New Year's, what else? Valentine's Day, what else? Here in Canada, Ontario's Family Day, if it's a family. What else? Well, I guess St. Patty's Day is coming, as well as Easter. Oh, we had Thanksgiving as well. So, place it where it belongs. And you didn't hear a word from them. Yeah. 8 of Wands. Something's happening quickly now. Fast communication, fast action, and or travel. In this card, it looks like the rods, the wands, are placed going up. It looks like they're elevating. And they use communication. They use something to either travel, to elevate, words, communication to elevate. I don't know. Something's happening quickly. Yeah, Page of Wands. There's no communication. There's been bad luck, bad news. They lied, they threw rocks, hit hands, they felt entitled. Somebody's very juvenile and a drama starter. But now I think this communication is starting up yet. Yeah, they're having nostalgic memories. Something to do with the past. They lied to you in the past. They're very juvenile in the past. They're having fond memories. You could be a father. You could be a father. You could be a female in this energy as well. But this is somebody with authority. This could be somebody else coming in, okay? They could be a father. I don't know. Place it where it belongs. Or this is, yeah. This is authority stepping in. Or this could be a grandfather and a father figure. Place where it belongs. Father and son. Somebody's established, though. Somebody's taking back their power, setting the tone. I just heard about this money. This is tangible. Oh, we have 3 kings. We have an emperor and 2 kings. King of Swords. This is law and order stepping in. And an empress in reverse. Somebody wanted the power of attorney or was doppelganging you. This is very chaotic, toxic energy. Or maybe the rest of your family's involved in this. I hate to say it. They try to devalue you. They took your voice away. They trampled on your rights. So I can see why you had to lose some battles to win this war. If you had your whole family against you, witches, warlocks, practitioners, cults, covens, secret societies, anybody and everybody behind this. Yeah, they can't unalive you. They kept doing something over and over and over again. They didn't want to stop. Well, this is a permanent, profound ending. No change. Queen of Swords. Yeah, that's who I'm picking up here. That's the one whispering in their ear, male or female. This is somebody who's very dirty. It's a liar, a narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath. Whatever comes out of their mouth is a lie. It's self-serving. It really is. It's a lot of mental, emotional, verbal, and psychological abuse. They're jealous, they're vindictive, they're vile, they're spiteful and angry all the time. Very underhanded. They think they're clever, they're not. They leave, yeah, they're very disloyal. Whatever comes out of their mouth is a lie, male or female. They like to talk, though. They like to point their finger. The grand accuser. No wonder Archangel Michael told me to go to that chapter and verse, Jude 1:9. It is what it is. It's kind of energy you like to throttle. You know what I mean? Maybe it takes all your effort and strength not to. Something happened in the autumn here. Somebody wanted the horn of plenty. There's going to be a message or a messenger coming through for you. Go sit down and heal. How's that? How do you like that? Them apples. So, somebody's puzzled. Why you're not messaging them, why you're not chasing them down, depending on who this person is. It's because you already know the truth. I think it's hitting home to them that you fucking knew the truth. I said this yesterday, the day before, sometime this past week, where I've had to do that, where people were playing me in my face, and I knew exactly what they were doing. Well, go ahead, make a clown out of yourself. Now that it's dawning on them that they made a clown out of themselves that you knew all along. Yeah, they went and ran. Why didn't you come and chase after them like you're crazy? Like, I don't know, they said something like you were the worst person in the world, that you won't leave them alone, they have to run from you. Yeah, it was all lies. Somebody got caught up, okay? They got caught up and now they want conflict resolution. Because they can't handle the aftermath. They want to fight the battles. They think they win, but they can't handle it when they don't. Oh, but we planned this so greatly. We're so intelligent and wise. This was such the evil plan. It should have worked. It was foolproof. This is a know-it-all. It should have worked. It should have, would have, could have. But they came after a chosen one. That's why it doesn't work. Congratulations. They got egg all over their face, not to mention other things. Sorry, not sorry. I don't like this energy. I guess if they're listening to me, they take great offense of some of my jabs. Well, if you don't like the way I speak, don't like the way I do my reads, you can move on. Move along, little doggy, move along. I'm not going to change for you, okay? Somebody that does this kind of fuck shit, no, I can change for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Where we go with this, please, Spirit? Here's a final outcome. Yeah, you know your self-worth. Your spiritual high ranking. The divine knows your self-worth. Congratulations. Somebody didn't meditate on this long enough. They can't move forward. 25 is the 7. They've been stopped. They didn't want to take accountability, but it got out of hand, right? You're not chasing this person. Eventually, whatever rope is around their neck is going to lose slack. You know what I'm saying? It's going to tighten up. And they won't be able to run too far anymore. They're going to have to come back. They're out of focus. They were targeting you. They have no spiritual protection. They're feeling ashamed of themselves. It's not wish fulfillment. They're not getting their wish fulfillment. They're losing hope. They have no faith. They have no divinity. It's a big abject failure. Wish is not being granted. But it was such a great plan, really? Well, it was out of focus, wasn't it? High Priestess of Air. Again, the Queen of Swords in reverse. Lying, narcissistic, sociopathic, psychopathic, vindictive, vile, spiteful, angry, jealous bitch, male or female. Mouthy's all get-go. Well, they could be mouthy all they want. They still wouldn't win the war. Let's read this. Where's it going? Where's it going with this? Self-worth 23, or 32, sorry. Somebody could be 32. Place where it belongs. Do you believe in yourself, or do you behave in a way that tells others you are not worthy? All my children act with self-respect. I agree. No matter the circumstances they come from. Self-worth and self-esteem mean that you will not allow yourself to be led into compromising positions or situations. Love yourself, for I next love you dearly and want the best for you. Act as though you are worthy of only the best, and you shall have it. Keep your head high. So obviously you could be a parent or a family member or whomever you are to this person. You taught them self-respect. They shouldn't have been able to be compromised in this way, but yet they are. Maybe they feel foolish. Well, that's something they're going to have to admit to. Okay, if you think you're going to take yourself out instead of coming to terms with what happened here, I suggest you don't. I don't think you can. I think that angels will not permit it. You're going to have to come clean. As embarrassing as it is, if somebody's got a lot of pride here, they're going to have to drop the hubris, drop the ego and pride. Going forward, it's the only way. 25. In the darkest inky black night, I next make my magic and weave it into the world. This is a time for non-action. Do nothing and find quiet within your heart and wait. And that's what you did. All will be revealed when the time is right. Now is the time for quiet contemplation. You won't miss anything if you stay quiet. Be still and know that I next, goddess of night, am always with you as you discover your magic in silence. So you hold all the cards by not engaging, by waiting, by letting them do what they do. Eventually they're going to come back and have to answer for what they've done. So it's okay to lose a couple of battles if it means to win the war. Congratulations. You saw it for what it was. You always have to be a couple steps ahead. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're coming up against people like this nowadays. You got to do it smartly. Or else they're going to say, see, I told you they're crazy. See, I told you. They're crazy. They're making accusations. Now, how crazy does that sound? I love them. You know how much I love them. I would never do that to them. They're nuts. I told you they were nuts. Okay. If I gave you an arrow and a bow to use, how will you shoot and hit your mark? This is a reminder that you must let go of all distractions and have the courage to give it your all. Your arrow will be drawn to whatever you focus on, so keep your eye on the target. However, remember that you can't control every outcome, and that's exactly what you did. You knew you couldn't control these people or this person or this situation. Just as the wind can influence the path of your arrow, there are many factors determining the course of your plans. To achieve anything, you must focus, take aim, and let go. And that's what you did. Fly, little birdie, fly. Hopefully you fly right. And if you don't, well, Mama or Daddy's here. I'm not going to take your fucking problems on, but I'll support you one way or the other. As long as you do the right thing, come clean, I'll support you. It is what it is. Let's get some angel numbers on that and then we'll close it. Somebody might have a sore jaw or earache on the right side. I just felt that just momentarily and then it's gone. 1919, that's cycles, karma, warning, judgment, influence, power, cycles, changes, and rebirth. So this is somebody's rebirth. You're gonna have to come home, come down off of their high horse, do what's right. But this is also a learning experience for whomever you're dealing with, and they're gonna come out on top. They will. I know it's infuriating for me to say that because you've been so greatly hurt. I know. But you are a catalyst to this person's learning and elevating as well. If not, you are both a catalyst to one another. If you see it from a higher perspective, you can see it that way as well. But if you're still hurt, and then listen, I'm not shaming you at all for being hurt at all. You have every right to be angry, hurt. Do you understand? But eventually, maybe you'll see it from a higher perspective. Okay? I'm not dogging you at all. So this is a rebirth. Karma will be paying you a visit. Release the need to control because you cannot force things. Learn your lessons so that they don't repeat in the future. Make some space for new experiences. And that could go for you, them, both. Place it where it belongs. 12-12, 19-19, and 12-12. That's weird. Choices, decisions, stability, caution, focus, future, priorities, clarity. The universe advises you to act with caution. It's important not to pursue all your ideas all at once. I told you. You have to hang back. Hold back. Instead, make a choice and focus on the option that will provide more stability for your future. So if you had to rock the boat whenever this started, it would have turned out really bad for you. You would have fell. You would have played into their hands. Do you understand what I'm saying? And if you're not there yet, if this is just starting, if you're in the middle of this, take heed. And this is not for everybody. Only if you know 100% this is for you. Okay? Not everybody can handle their situation in this manner, or should. Okay? So I'm not. I don't want to lead anybody down the wrong road. Just you must go within and know if this is for you. 1331. Good fortune, advice, comfort, major change, individuality, and independence. Have faith in your skills and talents, as they are a tool that can provide you with a bright future. A piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on its way. Everything will work out in your favor. Congratulations, because you obeyed, because you followed your gut, you followed your instructor's instructions, and that's God or your angels. Okay, 2002. That might have something to do with this. It could be a year somebody was born. No, it doesn't have to be. So in the void, longing, technology, ambition, genius, forward thinking, stress, and depression. You have more control over your life than you realize. Learn and execute what interests you. Turn things around. It gets better with time. There are plenty of friends to make, so chill out, have fun, and open up and go outside. So I'm thinking this is for the person that you were dealing with. Technology, they could be gamers. That's how they got in contact with these people. They could play a lot online. I mean, if they were born in 2002, yeah, technology is a big, big focal point of their life. That's, I hate to say it. I mean, you are their parent. If you are a parent, you raised them. But a lot of times, technology raised them. Do you know what I'm saying? Their friendships are online, blah, 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 relationships. And that's what we have to deal with. I'm a parent that technology wasn't part of my life until the last part of my life, if you know what I'm saying. There's a lot to get used to. I don't like it, even though I work online and I use technology. I just don't like it because it's not personal. It is very superficial. You don't really know who a person is. You think you know, but you don't. So 420 could be smoking a lot of dope. Maybe that's how they got through them. I don't know. So potential opportunities, adventure, dreams, courage, future goals. Not if you smoke. I'm not dogging you either. I'm just saying that somebody let down their protections and or their standards, maybe. Just went with the flow. You know, it's easier to do when you're high, I suppose. I don't know. I don't smoke. This card reminds you of your potential in life with your angels supporting you. It's time to embrace new opportunities and adventures and follow your heart toward the future. Reflect on your goals and aspirations. Now, I don't smoke. Okay, I don't partake. Not just because it never agreed with me. Okay, I don't like anything that's gonna make me not who I am. Do you understand what I'm saying? Anyways, I don't like feeling paranoid and shit like that. It affects my stomach as well for some reason. It feels like I got a big, huge gas bubble in my stomach whenever I've smoked in the past. But, and don't get me wrong, I've seen people. I was married to 2 dope smokers. And I've seen them when they go without and they turn ugly. Now, people say you don't, there's no addiction, blah, blah, blah. You do grow a dependent on it, okay? I defy you to say you don't. Because I've seen it with my own 2 eyes, and people I've known that smoke 24/7. When they go without, they're animals, okay? They're vicious. It does change. It does. And I don't know about the new stuff that they sell. Here in Canada, it's free. I do know there's different strains. There's this, that, and the other thing. They go on and on. Once in a while, I'll buy gummies to help me sleep, but that's it. There's no THC in it or very low. I don't like the feeling. But I do know that these new things, some people said it's stronger than the way it used to be back in the day. There's different strains. Some people said that they know people that have actually lost their minds or they haven't been the same since smoking certain things. I'm really picking up there might be an angle to that, might not, okay? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm sorry, but I don't delve in that lifestyle. Don't know much about it other than what I've been able to perceive. And I do know, based on my 2 ex-husbands, they're vicious when they didn't have anything to smoke. It was necessary. The minute they got it in their system, oh yeah, totally different. Easy going. Don't ruin my high, man. I'm doing really good right now. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's important at that point. I wanted to talk to my second ex-husband. Wanted to talk about our finances because he spent and he wasn't contributing to the bills, and every time he got high all the time. Oh, don't ruin my high. No, I don't want to talk about this shit. Just let it go, man. I don't want to talk about stuff like that. So that's what I'm picking up here. The person you're dealing with got high, possibly, maybe not. Place it where it belongs. And just went with the flow with this group. Just, they got a lot of attention. They felt great. Maybe they're awkward socially. They didn't have a lot of friends growing up. Connecting was hard. These people were right there because there was money involved. And for this one person, there was the possibility of converting this person, of a relationship with this person, sexual. Okay. And this person is very, very dominant, but also very possessive, I hear, of your person. He's mine or she's mine. They're not going nowhere. Why am I picking it? Wow. Ooh. I just saw, what's her name? As an example, or maybe that's what's going on in that dynamic. I have no idea. Those two from that movie, Wicked, Ariana Grande and that Cynthia Erivo. Something like that. Place it where it belongs. I don't know. We'll get a couple of these tea leaves on it. I'll close it down. Wow. Damn. That just flashed into my head. Place where it belongs, though. Where are we going with this, please, spread? Bridge. Successfully overcoming your problem. So this person's going to have to elevate a little bit and come and bridge. Come talk to you. Talk to the police. Do what they have to do. But take care. Enemies are working against you. So they're realizing that these people are not their friends. They were working against them all along. Coming out of the frying pan right into the fire. Trouble and accusations. You be this man, or you're dealing with a man, or somebody else is a man. Dealing with a relationship with a man. I'm really picking up this might be who they're dealing with. Leg. Stepping into a new experience. I'm telling you, your person, I'm really picking up, it could be a child, adult child, does not lean in that way, and that's fine. But that's their prerogative. That's where they're comfortable. This person's not taking no for an answer. And they got them in a lot of trouble to try to maintain them, to keep them there in place. They were doing spell work. They were doing all kinds of shit. Your family's also involved, or some other family members. Place where it belongs. You're on the road to success. Congratulations. Or they were on the road to success. And mice. Discord amongst friends and family. Rose. Romance is in the air. I don't think that's romance. Somebody wanted to take your place. Chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. Grapes. Sour grapes here. Time to go out and have some fun. And dagger. Here goes the dagger right in the back. Fear, worries, intense situation. They were targeting you or your person. Place it where it belongs. You're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Somebody was behaving stupidly. The rooster. Arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Somebody's a fan. Banning the flames, maybe. Romance, celebration, and party. It was all about coins and wealth. There we go. Somebody was fanning the flames. Pushing this person to do this. Money will be coming to you. Get rid of mommy or daddy and you'll have all this money. Maybe it's life insurance. Who knows? Cain, pay attention to your health. Yeah, they were trying to affect your health. Now it's teardrops. Great personal sorrow. Because you're still a star. Guaranteed success. And they have major challenges to overcome. Mountains. They put the cart before the horse. They could be your next of kin, but they wanted to get there quickly. Possibly. They wanted to bypass you. They left you. And even if they didn't want to unalive you, these people did. They were thinking about the spell work taking you out, possibly. Nah. It's backfired. No, maybe that's why they're in sorrow. Because some of these people got the backfires. And now they know. They know what they've done. They know exactly how far they've gone with the spell work, with the bullshit. They know what's coming. I don't know if this had anything to do with yesterday's read. Who knows? You never know. But they're blaming you for their failures. You had nothing to do with it. You were the victim. Make that make sense. But you know what? maybe if they stopped smoking, maybe if they sat down and thought, told the truth for once, got off their high horse or their hobby horse, I just heard, and started to fix this, turn this around, things might be different. I don't know. It's different for everybody. Only take what applies. I hope you like the read, and until next time, take care.